The building burned to the ground, leaving behind only a pile of ashes. Among the remains resembling a homogeneous black mass, a notebook in a thick leather cover was found. The 30th of March. All night long I could hear Mom's cough coming from my parents' bedroom. Dad went to the kitchen several times to get water, but she didn't get better. Now, thank God, everything is quiet, and I can finally go to bed. Tomorrow is a hard school day, I need to get some sleep. March 31st. The doctor came today, stayed in Mom's room for a long time, and then he was arguing loudly with Dad about something. Dad told me to stay in my room and not go out. When everything was quiet, Dad came into my room and said that the doctor had left. He hugged me, and we sat together all evening and watched cartoons. He said that Mom would recover soon. The 1st of April. Dad woke me up a few minutes before the alarm clock, behaved strangely, said that I could not go to school today. Dad said that Mom was sick and that it was better not to disturb her. There was some scuffling coming from her room, but I tried not to pay attention to it. In the evening, Dad and I went for a walk again. He was very silent. She was constantly startled by loud noises. When I tried to ask how Mom was doing, he immediately translated the topic. The last time I asked, he yelled at me. The 2nd of April. In the morning I woke up to the fact that Dad was standing by my bed and staring at me. I was very scared. He started asking me if I had gone into my mother's room, asking the same question for a long time. After making sure I wasn't there, he fed me breakfast and sent me to school. I noticed a white spot on his temple, as if he was turning gray. Dad is behaving very strangely. I'm scared. After returning from school and lunch, I went to study lessons. Dad left a note that he went to the store. Passing by the door and the bedroom in the crack from below, I saw a moving shadow. It's Mom walking around the room. She's probably getting better already, but I haven't visited her yet. Later he returned. He's not so thoughtful anymore, only his hands are shaking. April 3rd. I was woken up by a scream. I didn't even understand who was shouting. It's still dark outside the window, not knowing what time it is. I got out of bed, wanted to go out to look, but before I reached the door, Dad came in. Pale and with a crazy look, he held one hand behind his back, as if he was hiding something. I'm starting to be afraid of him. He told me to go to bed and left. I didn't fall asleep. When the alarm finally went off and the alarm finally rang, I got up and went to wash my face. Dad wasn't at home. Passing by their bedroom, I saw the shadow below again. Why isn't Mom lying down if she's sick? From the room comes some kind of metallic clanging and some clicks. I wanted to look in, had already taken hold of the door handle and was about to open it when the door in the hallway slammed. It was Dad who came back, as it turned out, from the store. There's something wrong with his arm, it's bandaged. Dad said he fell down, he looks very tired, as if he doesn't sleep at night. I don't recognize him. I had breakfast and sent her to school. Returning home, I saw Dad bringing something into the house. Something wrapped in a black bag. When he saw me, he hurried inside. The house smells strange. The smell is like iron. Dad is hanging around the apartment and whispering something to himself. He doesn't react to me in any way. Even when I started crying, he just walked by. No dinner tonight. I learned my lessons and went to bed. When will Mom recover? April 4th. Dad woke me up. It's dark outside the window. It's the first time I've seen him cry. He told me to go wash up. On my return, there was a dress on my bed that I only wear on holidays. My dad answered my questions that I could finally see my mom. Mom is hungry, and I can feed her. I was glad. I took a notebook with me to show my mom my notes. When I got dressed, Dad came over, took me by the hand and led me to their room. On the way, I remembered that there was ice cream in the refrigerator and decided that I should treat my mom. I wanted to go to the kitchen, but Dad didn't give birth to my hand. Now holding me tightly, he was dragging me. I was very scared. I started crying, but he didn't care. When he got to the door, he got down on one knee in front of me. He said, "Honey, be gentle with Mommy, she's still sick, but now you feed her, and she will definitely get better." He opened the door, pushed me forcefully into the room and closed it behind me. I fell and, getting up, immediately turned to face the door, shouting to Dad that he forgot to give me food. But in response, only Dad's crying sounded, resembling some kind of howl. It smells so unpleasant here. Mommy? I asked. Somewhere at the other end of the room, behind the bed, I heard the sounds of movement, accompanied by the metallic clanging that I had heard before. Mom, I repeated. Silence. Holding my nose with one hand, I took a step along the wall and, feeling for the switch with my hand, clicked it. The light came on for just a second. It was enough for me to finally see my mom. She stood a few meters away from me and stretched out her blood-stained hands to me. Her neck was fastened in a strict dog collar, which dug into her neck with sharp spikes. I saw a thick metal chain stretching to the wall, preventing her from reaching me. Now it's clear what that sound was that I heard from my room. Her eyes. They weren't my mom's eyes. Red, bloodshot, rabid, filled with hatred and malice. When she opened her lips, I saw long, sharp, thin, missing teeth in places. She made loud clicks with them, closing them abruptly and looking straight at me at the same time. I finally realized Mom's food is standing right in front of her, dressed up, in a dress. On the floor were the gnawed remains of some dog and a doctor who came to us a few days ago. There were ticks and sharp teeth pulled out nearby. I think Daddy was trying to cure Mom in this way. I think he didn't succeed. Mom is very hungry. I fell to my knees and tried to crawl out of there. The shards bit and cut my knees, but I didn't feel any pain. The door was closed. Dad locked me in here. I crawled to the side until I bumped into the closet. There was a huge wooden cabinet in the parents' room. Opening it, I crawled inside and closed the door behind me. After a while, the clicks stopped. I'm sitting in the closet, listening to my mother's heavy breathing, the ringing of the chain. I know she's trying to get free. It's already light outside. Through the crack opens a small view of the door to the room. With a soft creak, it opened, and Dad came into the room. With his appearance, clicks were distributed again. Mommy is very hungry. Dad is trying to talk to her. He asks why she is not getting better, why is she still hungry? He fed their daughter to her. He fed me. Mom doesn't answer anything, just clicks her teeth, makes hoarse sounds like a dog growling. I can smell the gas. Dad will ask her for forgiveness and says that this is the only way out. He raises his hand. I think it's a lighter. I understood what he wanted to do. At this moment, some noise is heard. Mommy pounced on him. So she had managed to free herself after all. She's like an animal. I'm holding back with all my might not to scream, and I know what will happen to me if I scream. I think something terrible has happened. Mom remembered that I should be somewhere in the house. Without getting to her feet, on all fours, she ran out of the room with a jerk. And I'm sitting in this closet and writing. It's good that I have a notebook with me. I'm probably making the last record of my life. I can hear her running around the house even under her teeth. Mom is looking for me. Maybe she can smell me. The smell of Kez became quite sharp. I see a lighter. I think I can do it. If not, then let whoever finds these records know what happened here. I have to try. Goodbye. This is the end of the recording. 2 bodies were found under the wreckage. The woman's body was never found. Someone says that at night someone is prowling through the burnt remains. They say it's not a person. Maybe Mom is still looking for her daughter.